He set aside some things in his life that were priorities for him. His career, his family, his bike riding were kind of the three. And immediately he started to excel.
He seemed to just do it very effortless, and you really didn't see him doing a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden you'd see him, put deal after deal on the board.
He became known in the office. He was nicknamed by the staff was the Ninja.
And you'd look at him and you think, well, geez, this guy is always on his bicycle, or he's always doing something fun. He doesn't work, but he always was in motion, and there was always a rhyme and a reason to everything he did.
I built an entire sales course around his methods and his philosophy and his way of doing business, and it's now called Ninja Selling. And it all started with this one guy at the group by the name of Jimmy Dunlap.
Bicycles fuel Jimmy Dunlap's world.
He can tell you the racers from the 86 Coors Classic and who won what stage. And
the bike is the best place for me to be. And there's a lot of times when I will feel bad and I'll go ride and I'll feel better after I ride.
That would have been so empty.
Known as Jimmy D, the former real estate broker with the group, shares his passion by coordinating a bike giveaway at Christmas.
Ah, here's Colton. Hey, dude! I like seeing that.
How many young kids who would never have had a bicycle for Christmas? I mean, that was beyond anything they could even imagine. Hundreds and hundreds of those families have been touched by Jimmy D and Christmas on Wheels.
A mainstay in the biking community, Jimmy D coordinates bicycle events and fundraisers and now inspires those at the highest level of competition.
Every day for him is a race. Every day for him is a struggle. Every day is a championship, a tour. He doesn't have a choice whether to fight or not that I have in the race. I can decide, okay, I'm going to pull the plug. I don't feel good today, but he doesn't. And his ability to fight that and conquer that every single day inspires me to be the greatest athlete that I can be.
What I've learned is anything that goes through the brain and anything that goes through the spine can be affected at any time of the day, for months at a time, for days at a time, hours. And that's the most disabling aspect for me, is just the constant randomness of what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and how long it's going to last.
Jimmy D inspires and encourages people at all levels of fitness.
I was pretty out of shape, and I decided I wanted to try to do the MS 150.
Tammy Lucas's first attempt at the MS 150 ended in disaster.
So I wound up laying on the ground with an IV in my arm somewhere along the Royal Gorge. Got 3 liters of saline, really dehydrated. It was bad news.
But intent on another run at the 150, Tammy joined a spinning class. Jimmy D was the instructor, and everything changed when she found out he had MS.
Looking at Jim, he's the picture of fitness and health. You would think he doesn't have a problem in the world, but then when you listen to him talk, you realize that there are so many more levels to Jim. And I realized that the way he faces life and the way I face life are so different, and I wanted to find a way to get a hold of what he has.
Tammy found traction where once there was just spinning wheels.
Wound up leading a team of 10 people on the MS 150, losing 75 pounds and getting to be a part of something truly beyond belief. You know, it gives us all a lot of hope for our future when we see someone who's challenged to that extent, who's just willing to put it all out there every day and do whatever they can and accept that things aren't perfect.
He can will himself to do things that a normal person can't. He wants to get the word out there and help other people. It's just in his nature, it's in his chemistry. And that's why I say he's the champion that he is, because he makes people around him better.
In a weird way, it has brought so much good stuff to my life. Just good connections with good people and really taking the time to kind of think about the bigger picture of life. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me and the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
I like to look at the difference between a winner and a champion. And a lot of times people are doing great as long as they're winning. when they run into obstacles, when they run into tough times, it's the champion that's able to overcome that and prevail. And I think that's what makes Jim a champion.
He's proven that this may be a slight turn, but he's climbing up another mountain pass, and he just tackles it one day at a time.